Act 4, Scene 3 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 4, Scene 3. The Rival Emperor's Tent. Throne, rich surroundings.
Speed booty. So we're here the first, I see. Have quick.
No raven flies so swift as we.
Oh, how the treasure piles extend. Where shall I once begin? Where end?
But all the space is full, and now I know not what to take, I vow.
This carpet is the thing I need. My couch is often hard indeed.
There hangs a morning star so strong, the like of which I've wanted long.
This crimson mantle, bound with gold, is like the one my dreams foretold.
Have quick, taking the weapon.
With this a man is quickly sped. One strikes him dead and goes ahead. Thou art already laden so, and nothing right thy sack can show. This rubbish rather here forsake, and one of yonder caskets take. The army's modest pay they hold, their bellies full of purest gold.
Oh, what a murderous weight is there! I cannot lift it, cannot bear.
Quick, bend and squat to take the pack. I'll heave it on thy sturdy back.
Oh me, alack! The burden slips. The weight has crushed my back and hips.
The chest falls and bursts open.
There lies the red gold in a heap. Quick, rake and take what thou canst keep.
Speed booty, crouching down.
Quick, let the booty fill my lap. 'Twill still be quite enough, mayhap.
So, there's enough. Now haste and go.
She rises.
The apron has a hole. Ah, woe! Where'er thou dost walk or stand, thou sowest treasure on the land.
Guardsman of our Emperor.
What seek ye here with wanton eyes? Ye rummage the Imperial prize.
We hazarded our limbs for pay, and now we take our share of prey. In hostile tents 'tis always so, and we are soldiers too, you know.
Among our troops he comes to grief who's both a soldier and a thief. Who serves our Emperor fair and free, let him an honest soldier be.
Ah, yes, such honesty we know. 'Tis contribution, call it so. In the same mould you are all made. Give is the password of your trade.
To speed booty.
With what thou hast, the coast will clear. As guests we are not welcome here.
First Guardsman.
Why didst thou not at once bestow on the scamp's face a smashing blow?
I know not. I had not strength to strike. They seemed to me so phantom-like.
Something there was disturbed my sight. A flash. I could not see aright.
I also can declare it not. The whole day long it was so hot, so sultry, close, and terrible. One man stood firm, another fell. We groped and fought with valour rash. The foeman fell at every slash. Before one's eyes there was a mist, and something roared, and hummed, and hissed. So to the end, and here are we. And how it happened, cannot see.
The Emperor enters, accompanied by 4 princes. The guardsmen retire.
Now fare he as he may, for us is won the battle, and o'er the plain the foe have fled like frightened cattle. The traitorous treasure here, the empty throne we found, that hung with tapestry contracts the space around. Enthroned in honour we, true guardsmen, us protecting, the people's envoys are imperially expecting. The messengers of joy arrive from every side, and loyal now to us the realm is pacified. Though in our fight perchance some jugglery was woven, yet at last our own unaided strength we've proven. True, accidents sometimes for combatants are good. A stone may fall from heaven, on foes a shower of blood. From rocky caves may ring tremendous strains of wonder, that lift our hearts with faith and drive the foe asunder. The conquered yielded, scourged by scorn's immortal rod. The victor, as he boasts, exalts the favouring God. And all the responsive shout, unordered, unentreated, We praise thee, God our Lord, from a million throats repeated. Yet as the highest praise, so rarely else expressed, I turn my pious glance on mine own grateful breast. A young and lively prince may give his days to pleasure, him teach the years at last the moments used to measure. Therefore, without delay, I call ye for support, beside me worthy for, in realm, and house, and court.
To the first.
Thine was, Prince, the host's arrangement, wise inspection. Then in the nick of time, heroic, bold direction. Act now in peace, as time thine offices may show. Arch-marshal thou shalt be, the sword I here bestow.
Thy faithful host, till now employed for civil order, thee and thy throne secured, shall strengthen next thy border. Then let us be allowed, when festal throngs are poured, through thine ancestral halls to dress for thee the board. Before thee brightly born and brightly held beside thee, thy majesty's support, the sword shall guard and guide thee.
Emperor to the second.
He who as gallant man can also gracious be, thou, be arch-chamberlain, not light the place for thee. Thou art the highest now of all the house retainers, whose strife makes service bad, the threateners and complainers. Let thy example be an honoured sign to these, how they, the prince and court, and all, should seek to please.
To speed thy high design, thy grace is fair precursor, the better to assist and injure not the worser. Be frank, yet cunning not, and calm without deceit. If thou but read my heart, I'm honoured as is meet. But let my fancy now to festal service hasten. Thou goest to the board, I bear the golden basin, and hold thy rings for thee, that on such blissful days thy hands may be refreshed, as I beneath thy gaze.
Too serious I am still to plan such celebration. Yet be it so, we need a glad inauguration.
To the third.
I choose thee, arch-high steward. Therefore henceforth be chase, poultry yard, and manor subject unto thee. Give me at all times choice of dishes I delight in, as with the month they come, and cooked with appetite in.
A rigid fast shall be the penalty I wish, until before thee stands a goodly savoured dish. The kitchen folk shall join, and gladly heed my reasons, to bring the distant near, and expedite the seasons. Yet rare and early things shall not delight thee long. Thy taste desires instead the simple and the strong.
Emperor to the fourth.
Since here perforce we plan but feasts, and each is sharer, be thou for me transformed, young hero, to cupbearer. Arch-cupbearer, take heed, that all those vaults of mine richly replenished be with noblest taps of wine. Be temperate thyself, howe'er temptation presses, nor let occasion's lure mislead thee to excesses.
My prince, the young themselves, if trust in them be shown, are, ere one looks around, already men full grown. I at the lordly feast shall also take my station, and give thy sideboard's pomp the noblest decoration of gorgeous vessels, golden, silver, grand to see. Yet first the fairest cup will I select for thee, a clear Venetian glass, good cheer within it waiting, helping the taste of wine, yet ne'er intoxicating. One oft confides too much on such a treasured store. Thy moderation, though, high lord, protects thee more.
What in this earnest hour for you I have intended, from valid mouth confidingly you've comprehended. The emperor's word is great, his gift is therefore sure, but needs for proper force is written signature. The high sign manual fails. Here for commission needful, I see the right man come, of the right moment heedful.
The archbishop, arch-chancellor enters.
If in the keystone of the arch the vault confide, 'tis then securely built for endless time and tide. Thou seest 4 princes here, I to them have just expounded how next our house and court shall be more stably founded. Now all the realms contains, within its bounds enclosed, shall be with weight and power upon ye 5 imposed. Your landed wealth shall be before all others splendid. Therefore at once I have your properties extended from their inheritance, who raised against us the hand. You I award, ye faithful, many a lovely land, together with the right, as you may have occasion, to spread them by exchange, purchase, or invasion. Then be it clearly fixed, that you unhindered use whatever prerogatives have been the landlord's dues. When ye as judges have the final sentence spoken, by no appeal from your high court shall it be broken. Then levies, tax, and rent, pass money, tolls, and fees are yours, of mines and salt, and coins the royalties, that thus my gratitude may validly be stated. You next to majesty hereby I've elevated.
In deepest thanks to thee we humbly all unite. Thou makest us strong and sure, and strengthenest thy might.
Yet higher dignities I give for your fulfilling. Still for my realm I live, and still to live I am willing. Yet old ancestral lines compel the prudent mind to look from present deeds to that which looms behind. I also in my time must meet the sure redresser. Your duty be it, then, to choose me a successor. Crowned at the altar, raise his consecrated form, that so may end in peace what here began in storm.
With pride profound, yet humbly, as our guise evinces, behold, before thee bowed, the first of earthly princes. So long the faithful blood our living veins shall fill, we are the body which obeys thy lightest will.
Now, to conclude, let all that we have here asserted be for the future time to document converted. 'Tis true that ye as lords have your possession free, with this condition, though, that if unparcelled be, and what you have from us, howe'er ye swell the treasure, shall to the eldest son descend in equal measure.
On parchment I at once shall gladly tabulate, to bless the realm and us, the statute of such weight. The copy and the seals the chancery shall procure us. Thy sacred hand shall then validly assure us.
Dismissal now I grant, that you assembled may deliberate upon the great important day.
The secular princes retire. Archbishop remains and speaks pathetically.
The chancellor withdrew. The bishop stands before thee. A warning spirit bids that straightway he implores thee. His heart paternal quakes with anxious fear for thee.
In this glad hour, what may thy dread misgiving be?
Alas, in such an hour, how much my pain must greaten, to find thy hallowed head in covenant with Satan. True to the throne, it seems, hast thou secured thy right, but woe in God the Lord's, the holy pontiff's spite. Swift shall he punish when he learns the truth, the latter, thy sinful realm at once with holy ban hell shatter. He still remembers how, amid thy highest state, when newly crowned thou didst the wizard liberate, thy diadem but made thy heart for Christians harden, for on that head accursed fell its first beam of pardon. Now beat thy breast, and from thy guilty stores this, unto the sanctuary a moderate mite repay. The spacious sweep of hills, where stood thy tent erected, where evil spirits then, united, thee protected, where late the liar prince thy hearing did secure, devote thou meekly taught to pious use and pure. With hill and forest dense, far as they stretch extended, and slopes that greenly swell for pastures never ended, then crystal lakes of fish, unnumbered brooks that flow in foamy windings down and braid the vale below. The broad vale then itself, with mead and lawn and hollow, thus penitence is shown and pardon soon shall follow.
For this, my heavy sin, my terror is profound. By thine own measure shalt thou draw the borders round.
First be the spot profane, where sin was perpetrated, to God's high service soon, and wholly dedicated. With speed the walls arise to meet the mind's desire. The rising morning sun already lights the choir. The growing structure spreads, the transept stands exalted. Joy of believers then, the nave is lifted, vaulted, and while they press with zeal within the portals grand, the first clear call of bells is swept across the land. Pealed from the lofty towers that heavenwards have striven, the penitent draws near, new life to him is given. The consecration day, O may it soon be sent. Thy presence then shall be the highest ornament.
So great a work shall be my pious proclamation, to praise the Lord our God, and work mine expiation. Enough, I feel e'en now how high my thoughts aspire.
As chancellory next, the formal treaty I require.
A formal document. The church needs full requital. Bring it to me, and I with joy will sign her title.
Archbishop has taken leave, but turns back again at the door.
At once unto the work devote, that it may stand. Tithes, levies, tax, the total income of the land forever. Much it needs to be supported fairly, and careful maintenance will also cost us rarely. And that it soon be built on such a lonesome wold, thou it from thy booty spare to us some little gold. Moreover, we shall want, here most we claim assistance, lumber and lime and slate, and such like from a distance. The people these shall haul, thus from the pulpit taught, the church shall bless the man, whose team for her has wrought.
Exit.
The sin is very sore, wherewith my soul is weighted. Much damage unto me the sorcerers have created.
Archbishop, returning once again with profoundest genuflections.
Pardon, prince, to him, that vile notorious man, the empire's coast was given, but him shall smite the ban, unless thy penitence the church's wrath relaxes. Thereto with tithes and gifts and revenues and taxes.
Emperor, ill-humouredly.
The land doth not exist, far in the sea it lies.
Who patient is and right, his day shall yet arise. Your word for us remains, and makes secure our trover.
Exit. Emperor, solus.
I might as well at last make all the empire over.
End of Act 4, Scene 3. Act 5, Scene 1 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5, Scene 1. Open Country.
Wanderer.
Yes, 'tis they, the dusky lindens. There they stand in sturdy age. And again shall I behold them, after such a pilgrimage? 'Tis the ancient place, the drifted downs, the hut that sheltered me, when the billow, storm uplifted, hurled me shoreward from the sea. Here with blessing would I greet them, they, my hosts, the helpful pair. Old, indeed, if now I meet them, since they then had a hoary hair. Pious folk, from whom I parted, be my greeting here renewed. If ye still, as open-hearted, taste the bliss of doing good.
Baucis, a little woman, very old.
Gently, stranger, lest thou cumber, best whereof my spouse hath need. He but gains from longest slumber strength for briefest waking deed.
Tell me, mother, art thou even she to whom my thanks I bear? I, the youth whose life was given by your kind united care? Art thou Baucis, who the coldly fading mouth refreshment gave?
The husband appears.
Thou, Philemon, who so boldly drew my treasure from the wave? From your fire, so quickly burning, from your silver sounding bell, changed my doom to fortune turning, when the dread adventure fell. Forth upon the sandhill stealing, let me view the boundless sea, let me pray, devotedly kneeling, till my burdened heart be free.
He walks forward upon the downs. Philemon to Baucis.
Haste, and let the meal be dighted, neath the garden blooming trees. Let him go and be affrighted, he'll believe not what he sees.
Follows and stands beside the wanderer.
Where the savage waves maltreated you on shores of breaking foam, see, a garden lies completed, like an Eden dream of home. Old was I, no longer eager, helpful as the younger are, and when I had lost my vigour, also was the wave afar. Wise lords set themselves in motion, dikes upraised and ditches led, minishing the rise of ocean, lords to be in ocean's stead. See the green of many a meadow, field and garden, wood and town. Come, our table waits in shadow, for the sun is going down. Sails afar are gliding yonder, nightly to the port they fare. To their nest the seabirds wander, for a harbour waits them there. Distant now, thou hardly seest, where the sea's blue arc is spanned. Right and left the broadest freest stretch on thickly peopled land.
Scene 2. In the little garden. The three at the table. Baucis to the stranger.
Art thou dumb? Of all we've brought here, in thy mouth shall nothing fall?
He would know the marvel wrought here. Fain thou speakest, tell him all.
'Twas a marvel if there's any, and the thought disturbs me still. In a business so uncanny, surely helped the powers of ill.
Can the emperor's soul be perilled, who on him the strand bestowed? Gave the mandate, not the herald, trumpeting as on he rode? Near our downs, all unexpected, was the work's beginning seen. Tents and huts, but soon erected, rose a palace over the green.
Knaves in vain by day were storming, plying pick and spade alike. Where the fires at night were swarming, stood the following day a dike. Nightly rose the sounds of sorrow, human victims there must bleed. Lines of torches on the morrow were canals that seaward lead. He would seize our field of labour, hut and garden godlessly. Since he lords it as our neighbour, we to him must subject be.
Yet he bids in compensation fair estate of newer land.
Trust not watery foundation, keep upon the hill thy stand.
Let us to the chapel straying, ere the sunset glow has died, chime the vespers, kneel and praying, still in our old God confide.
End of Act 5, Scene 2. Act 5, Scene 3 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5, Scene 3. Palace. Spacious pleasure garden, broad, straightly cut canal. Faust in extreme old age, walking about, meditative. Lynceus, the warden, through the speaking trumpet.
The sun goes down, the ships are veering, to reach the port with song and cheer. A heavy galley now appearing, on the canal will soon be here. The gaudy pennants merrily flutter, the masts and rigging upward climb. Blessings on thee the seamen utter, and fortune greets thee at thy prime.
The little bell rings on the downs. Faust, starting.
A cursed chime, as in derision it wounds me, like a spiteful shot. My realm is boundless to my vision, tet at my back this vexing blot. The bell proclaims with envious bluster, my grand estate lacks full design. The brown old hut, the linden duster, the crumbling chapel are not mine. If there I wished for recreation, another's shade would give no cheer. A thorn it is, a sharp vexation. Would I were far away from here.
Warden, from above.
With evening wind and favouring tide, see the gay galley hither glide. How richly on its rapid track tower chest and casket, bale and sack.
A splendid galley, richly and brilliantly laden with the productions of foreign countries. Mephistopheles, the three mighty men.
Here we have landed, furl the sail. Hail to the master, patron, hail!
They disembark. The goods are brought ashore.
We've proved our worth in many ways, delighted if the patron praise. We sailed away with vessels twain, and 20 come to port again. Of great successes to relate, we only need to show our freight. Free as the mind on ocean free, who there can ponder sluggishly? You only need a rapid grip, you catch a fish, you seize a ship. And when you once are lord of 3, the 4th is grappled easily, the 5th is then in evil plight. You have the power, and thus the might. You count the what, and not the how. If I have ever navigated, war, trade, and piracy, I vow, are 3 in 1, and can't be separated.
No thank and hail, no hail and thank, as if our freight to him were rank. He makes a face of great disgust. The royal wealth displease him must.
Expect no further any pay. Your own good share ye took away.
We only took it for pastime fair. We all demand an equal share.
First arrange them in hall on hall, the precious treasures together all. If such a splendour meets his ken, and he regards it more closely then, a niggard he won't be, at least. He'll give our squadron feast on feast. To-morrow the gay birds hither wend, and I can best to them attend.
The cargo is removed. Mephistopheles to Faust.
With gloomy gaze, with serious brow, of this great fortune hearest thou. Crowned in thy wisest industry, and reconciled as shore and sea. And from the shore to swifter wakes the willing sea the vessel takes. Speak then, that here from thy proud seat thine arm may clasp the world complete. Here on this spot the work was planned, here did the first rough cabin stand. A little ditch was traced, a groove, where now the feathered oar blades move. Thy high intent, thy servants' toil, from land and sea have won the spoil. From here...
Still that accursed here, to me a burden most severe. To thee so clever I declare it, it gives my very heart a sting. It is impossible to bear it, yet shamed am I to say the thing. The old ones there should make concession. A shady seat would I create, the lindens not my own possession, disturb my joy in mine estate. There would I, for a view unbaffled, from bough to bough erect a scaffold, till for my gaze a look be won o'er everything that I have done, to see before me, unconfined, the masterpiece of human mind, wisely asserting to my sense the people's gain of residence. No sorer plague can us attack than rich to be and something lack. The chiming bell, the linden's breath, oppress like air in vaults of death. My force of will, my potence grand, is shattered here upon the sand. How shall I ban it from my feeling? I rave whene'er the bell is pealing.
'Tis natural that so great a spite thy life should thus embitter quite. Who doubts it? Every noble ear disgusted must the jangle hear, and that accursed bim-bam booming, through the clear sky of evening glooming, is mixed with each event that passes, from baby's bath to burial masses, as if, between its bam and bim, life were a dream in memory dim.
Their obstinate opposing strain darkens the brightest solid gain, till one, in plague and worry thrust, grows tired, at last, of being just.
Why be annoyed when thou canst well despise them? Wouldst thou not long since colonize them?
Then go, and clear them out with speed. Thou knowest the fair estate indeed I chose for the old people's need.
We'll set them down on other land, ere you can look, again they'll stand. When they've the violence outgrown, their pleasant dwelling shall atone.
He whistles shrilly. The three enter.
Come, as the master bids, and let the fleet a feast tomorrow get.
Reception bad the old master gave, a jolly feast is what we crave.
Mephistopheles, ad spectatores.
It happens as it happened of old, still Naboth's vineyard we behold.
End of Act 5, Scene 3.